opening prayer. Almighty God, you have blessed us with memory, reason, and skill. Help us to use them wisely in the service of our town government. We ask this in your holy name. Amen. Pledge the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Gentlemen, you have the minutes for November the 10th. Any addition or deletion to those minutes?
Make a motion to accept as is.
Second.
Carried. Move. All in favor?
Aye.
You have the minutes for December the 3rd. Any additions or deletions to those minutes?
Make a motion to be accepted.
Motion accepted. Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Gentlemen, you have the planning board minutes. And you have the zoning board of bills minutes. This time we generally open the meeting up to the public. We have a bid opening at 7:15. Is there anyone who cares to address the board at this time? Ms. Marquette?
I don't have very much this evening, but we're voting on our county budget tomorrow night. It's $78.5 million budget. It's about $140,000 and change less than last year. And our tax levy is about $14,379,000. 56% of the tax levy goes for Medicaid, and it's increasing every year. So that's quite a chunk. As you're aware, there's been a decrease in assessment in the county. I think every town has seen that too. We have a decrease of $25.1 million in assessment in the county. So it's got to be made up somewhere. Even though our county tax rate went down, it affects the different communities differently because of equalization or sales tax or whatever. So some went up, some have some increase over last year, others stayed about the same. So that's really our big thing. We're still, of course, working with Casella and the landfill and seeker and that kind of good stuff. Do you have anything for me at the end of the year? Highway, any problems? I know Al Rasco's been here or sent his representative. A little beaver problem there.
Yeah, they're supposed to be working on it.
Okay. I haven't talked to him. I'm going to call and see what's going on. But I think they've helped out with some of the roads and some of the problems that you had, whatever.
Well, Dave came down. He had to talk with Al, so I don't know what Al's answer was.
Okay.
They did get 5 beaver out so far in traffic.
5?
Many more than that.
How much are they worth?
So
We didn't get
anything
five
else for me? Any concerns?
No, we'd like to thank the county, though. Every time we request help, they provide us with help.
Our department heads are very good.
They're very good.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. If you'll excuse me, I have another commitment. So.
Well, we thank you very much for coming.
Holidays.
You too, Celine.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else care to address the board? Okay, number 1 on your agenda is from the State of New York Office for Technology, and it deals with the year 2000, and it's Dear Local Government. On October the 19th, 1998, President Clinton signed into law Year 2000 Information Disclosure Act, which is enclosed. The Act seeks to encourage the disclosure and exchange of information about computer processing problems, solutions, test practice, and test results related to the transition to the year 2000. New York State has been working with local governments to raise awareness and promote action on the year 2000 compliance. As part of that continuing effort, the Office for Technology is providing you with this information and encourage local governments to review the law and assist its potential impact on the year 2000 statement, which has been made or may be made related to the year 2000 compliance. In summary, from the date of enactment, the Act generally protects year 2000 readiness statements, disclosures to another in good faith for being used against the maker of the disclosure to prove the accuracy of truth in the year 2000 statement. set forth in the closure. In order to be protected, a year 2000 statement must clearly identify a face of the year 2000 readiness disclosure. The Act also provides the same protection for writing the year 2000 statement made after January the 1st, 1996, but before the date of enactment, but only if the maker complies by December the 3rd, 1998. That's 45 days from the date of enactment, with the detailed notice and other requirements set forth in Section 7 of the Act. We encourage local government, as we have with state government, to review the provisions of the Act with their council to determine what action should be taken. We look forward to continuing to work together to address New York State's year 2000 compliance. James Natoli. So Henry, I'll give that to you.
Okay.
You can look at that.
Where it's gone by, it's fine now.
I guess there's a lot of concern on the year 2000 problem. Number 2 on your agenda is from Clinton County, and it's to the supervisor. I have enclosed a certified copy of the Resolution 898, which was adopted by the county legislators on Tuesday, November the 10th, 1998. This resolution requests New York State Department of Environmental Conservation designate the town of Champlain as a forest fire district. So they did pass the resolution, and we haven't heard any more on the resolution yet. Number 3 is from Clinton County also, and it's the Treasurer's Office, and it's good news. Dear Honorable Supervisor, enclosed, please find a check number 905 in the amount of $24,249.69. This check represents your town portion of mortgage tax distribution for the period of April the 1st, 1998 to September the 30th, 1998. Sincerely, Janet Dupree. It's always good news when you receive checks from the county. The next letter is I asked Henry to look up some regulations on the fire department. And it goes to say, I've reviewed the brochure prepared by the Association of Fire Districts. It is my understanding that the creation of a fire district located in the town outside the village, whether formed on petition or on motion of the town board, is not subject to a permissive referendum. If a joint fire district is formed by the town and the village, that action would be subject to permissive referendum. Please note that the formation of a fire district is subject to SEQA review. So that's some information from you gentlemen, and probably after the new year we should probably all sit down and talk about this. This to the supervisor, it's from the law offices of Michael Examiner, and they're requesting a March the 1st, 1998 at 11 o'clock to reserve the boardroom for a hearing in regards to a claim.
1999.
Did I say 1998?
Yeah.
It's 1999. 1999. Sorry. Ralph, I'm going to hold this for your report, and this is a letter to the town of Champlain from Brown Rivers, and it does with record preservation. Do you want to get into that now?
Whatever. An hour later, whatever.
Or I will let you go later. Number 7 on your agenda is from Chris Artloff, and this is in regard to the resolution that we sent Honorable Beal. My office has received a copy of the Town of Champlain's resolution to support the establishment of a Natural History Museum of the Adirondacks in the town of Altamont, Tupper Lake, New York. Our rich heritage of the Adirondack Mountains, by their very nature, provide the very stuff that could equal most other natural history museums. It is most important that we not only know our past, but that we preserve it for all time. Be assured that I wholeheartedly support such a project as goes forward. Chris Artloff. And you may not have, I didn't distribute this because it was such a long copy, but it's Time Warner, and they came and did a check on our fire alarm system and our alarm system also. And everything checked out all right. As a matter of fact, right after they left, we had an alarm go off and couldn't find out what it was. It took us quite a while to shut the alarm off. But we seemed to master it. And we lost the alarm code on it. So finally we did find it. And of course we got a letter from Time Warner on rate changes. It's to the supervisor, and I wanted you to be aware that we are notifying our customers of a change in our service rates, taking effect January the 1st, 1999. These changes comply with cable rate regulation overseen by the Federal Communications Commission. I have attached a draft copy of our customer notification for your review. Our customers will receive their notices December the 1st. You'll note that we are adding several new channels to our lineup, and because we're connecting the rest of the North Country system, many channels are changing position. Over the past years, we have continued to invest in our system, improving its capability and reliability, continuing to emphasize the importance of excellent customer service, including our on-time guarantee, and continue to provide for the community. The rate notice highlights some of these points for our customers. The rates we charge for our cable service reflect our cost of doing business, and the complex government rules under which we operate determine exactly how much we may recover these increases. Additionally, the increase in our standard level of service allows us to recover our technological investment in the cable system and includes the increased programming costs for channels our customers enjoy on this level of service. Over the past few years, as cable has focused on increasing both the quality and the quantity of its original programming, these programming costs have risen. Similarly, national viewer surveys indicate that more people today are watching and enjoying cable programming than ever before, even surpassing viewership of broadcast news networks. We feel capable to provide a great value. We understand that any billing change will generate questions from customers. Should you at your office receive any calls, please feel free to forward them to us. Our customer service representatives will be able to answer and resolve their questions or concerns. As competition in telecommunications grow, we at Time Warner Cable understand how important it is to offer our customers the best possible service at the best possible price. If you have additional questions about these charges, please give me a call. I'll be happy to meet with you personally to answer them. And it's from Brian Brennan. I think you all got a copy of the rate increases, didn't you? On the back side, you didn't get.
No, I didn't get it.
I'll give you one after.
You didn't get it.
You didn't get one.
You didn't get
I
one?
want to go home.
You get it at home? You didn't get one at home? You don't have cable TV?
Yeah.
They didn't send you one?
She'll take care of that.
You didn't get one here either? It's possible nobody wants you to know about it. I'll give you a copy.
I don't want to know.
It's just we got one when we don't have one.
Well, they probably don't want you to know about it because you can complain.
Probably. It's a really good joke.
Well, I didn't have any either.
Red didn't get one. Did you get one?
Don't need one.
What does it say on the sheet?
You pulled up and put
It
it
says all. There's a check mark by all. And there's even a red check mark by all. Now, what does that red check mark mean?
I got the letter, they didn't get the rate change.
You got the letter? Oh, and you didn't get that?
No, there's no letter. All I got is this year.
No, that's it.
That's the letter.
That's the letter.
No.
You didn't get the rate change.
We'll give you a copy.
Did you get a rate change in there?
Not here, but I got it at home.
Where'd you get it at home from?
Warner,
New channels.
Well, they're probably not going to change yours, Red.
I won't show it to you.
They don't want to tell you how much yours went up, right?
Well, it's 7:15. We'll close the meeting, have the bid opening for, you don't have them listed as trailer and then trade-off.
Well, we do and we don't.
Well, why don't we just do both of them, it don't make any difference.
This one here is sealed by FedEx, and I didn't open it, and I don't know what's in it, whether there's one bid or two, and which it's for, so we'll open that one first. And then I'll- This is on the trailer, so we'll go trailers first.
Yes.
This is for Roberts and Roberts Equipment. Roberts, you pleased to bid for the following trailer which meets and exceeds your specification. A new Town Master tandem axle trailer model T40 with 40,000 pound capacity. Trailer to be equipped with tandem dual wheels, air brakes, anti-lock, spring supported loading ramps, and white oak deck. Trailer is 8'6" wide with a pintle hook. Bid price is $11,611. Pass it on. Committee or what?
I will hold it for the meeting.
This is from Rupp Rental and Sales Corporation. Following custom trailer bid for your review. Find pricing specification enclosed for two models. Meet or exceed your bid specification. The first model is a 20-ton equipment trailer rated for 20 tons at 54 miles per hour. Second, being submitted as an option, is a 22.5-ton equipment trailer rated for 20-ton capacity at 74 miles per hour. The manufacturer custom trailer has been in business over 20 years. And the 20-ton, I won't read all these specs on it.
No.
Total price is $452. $12,452. So 20 ton. The 22.5 ton is $13,213. $13,213. This is Beaver.
Eager beaver?
AC Canary, Plattsburgh. 20-ton trailer, as per specifications, $11,300. This one is from L.B. Smith. One new Rogers Tag 21 trailer equipped with following features and benefits, and lists a bunch of stuff, $13,200. That's all the trailer bids, all the grade off. This is from Carter's Trucking and Blacktopping. '80 grade all 440 equipped with remote control Detroit upper and Chrysler gas down, both in excellent condition. Unit equipped with 6-foot cleaning bucket, 30-day warranty. As per specifications, bid price $19,500. Staple together and then Scott McLaughlin. McLaughlin Truck and Sales Equipment submits a bid of $22,000 for a 1983 Great All G3W with remote pilot controls, diesel up and down, very good condition overall, 90-day warranty on major components, engine, pumps, and drivetrain. $22,000 from Scott McLaughlin.
22,000 even?
Yes.
For the year?
1983. This is Mel B. Smith, Incorporated. Pleased to offer the following your consideration. One used 1980 Great All G440 excavator in good condition at our Syracuse facility for your inspection. Also enclosed a specification sheet. FOB Champlain, New York, 18,100.
No year on that one,
1980.
1980.
This is from Yakano Great All Service. Those are 2 bids for your consideration. One is for 1990 G3WD. See that number on the spec sheet, so I know what's on pricing. Well, a 660E Great All is $72,000.
Is that a 1990?
This is a 1989,
1989?
660E for $72,000. This one here is a 1990 G3WD for $67,000. It's a different model, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Not the difference in the rig, different size. Yeah, I was gonna say, that'd be a different rig, big different rig.
The last one is some Casey Canary Plattsburgh, one used Great All. 1992 Badger 444 Great All. Approximately 2,921 hours, 69,800.
a few bids. Is that all the bids you have?
That's all the bids, yes, you want to take those things together, the loose things, keep them from getting separated and stuff.
Okay. Gentlemen, you've heard the bids. Is there any recommendations on the bids?
I'll make a recommendation that they be given to the highway committee to investigate and check out, and to the lawyer, and go by their recommendation on what we should do.
There's a motion to be made that the bids be turned over to the highway committee and the attorney for review.
Second.
So second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is there any action to be taken on the bids if, when they determine, should they be given the authority to purchase the trailer? With the highway department's recommendation of the lowest price and the best trailer for the town. Give them authorization to purchase that trailer.
Also,
Been moved.
Second.
It's been seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? On the Gradall,
also move on that one.
so moved that they be allowed to purchase the Gradall. Is there a second?
Second.
It's a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, I'll turn these over to you guys then. You want to staple them while you've got them there and remember? Each one.
You guys know what we're doing.
Finish up this stuff there.
Yeah, let me get another one here. Next piece, number 10 on your agenda, gentlemen, is from New York State Electric and Gas, and what? Informing us that Senator-elect Charles Schumer, giving us his address. Of course, that's seeking to send him a resolution on the adoption of that, the new cost of reducing the market price that we sent to the other, Stafford and Artlaw. And goes to say over the past few months, a significant effort has been put forth to educate our political leaders of the importance of supporting deregulation in the electrical industry. We ask them to take a leadership role in sponsoring legislation that result in lower electric rates for consumer. With your support, this effort has been very successful, with 2 separate bills being introduced in both the House and the Senate, calling for relief in the above market price charged by non-utility generators. This effort, as you know, could result in the reduction up to 24% for the residential customers if new costs were reduced to market price. Your effort has also resulted in a bipartisan effort of member of New York State congressional delegation asking the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission to convene a technical conference on this issue. The resolution should be sent to Senator-elect Charles Schumer, and we did send one of those
I
out.
sent one out.
That went along with the other resolutions that we had adopted. And it looks like we finally got Barb Jarvis straightened out with New York State. We have a new duty statement that they have accepted, and Barb is online. I gave you 3 sheets of this whole thing. I didn't copy all of it for you. If you want to review it, it's on hand and you can review it. It took us quite a while, but we finally got that done. Thanks to Jane and Barb, New York State. The next thing you have on your agenda is a letter addressed to me, and it's from, I think it's Kevin Trombley. Kevin Trombley requesting a zoning change. And I'm writing to ask that the town board rezone the section of land where my home and business currently exist, specifically along Route 11 across from Parker's Chevrolet Olds. The section of land I speak of sits between Route 11 and Elm Street. My family has owned this property since the late 60s, and my mother has recently turned all the property over to me. Back in 1994, I was successful in securing a use variance to operate my automotive repair body shop in a building which is in existence prior to the passage of the zoning law of May 1994. It is my understanding from certain individuals that we were present during the entire land use zoning drafting period of 1991 to 94, that this particular section of the town was designated to be industrial commercial. However, just prior to the approval from the town board, my particular neighborhood was changed to a small lot 1 SL1. Those individuals who were present at the time are unclear as to why this particular section of land was changed just prior to the enactment of the law. Since 1994, I have become a full-time, self-employed individual. My business has so far been able to weather the economics of the North Country. However, my recent attempts at expanding my business by incorporating a small used car lot with my auto repair has been successful. It has been explained to me that in order to secure a use variance, I must prove financial hardship in dollars and cents. I'm asking the board to take another look at the zoning in this particular area, all along Route 11 from the village of Champlain to the village of Rouse's Point. Is either Commercial 1 or Light Industrial. There is only one other small lot, SL2, zone along Route 11, and that zone is at the end of South Street near the Great Chazy River. The expansion of my business by used car lot would not be a detriment to the neighborhood, as there is already a major car dealer located there along with local credit union, which periodically holds auction for repossessed vehicles. The area where this lot is to be located is west of my present garage. A section of land, if you are familiar with this area, would not, in my eyes, be a desirable location for our home, which is the only option open to me at the present time. This particular section of my property already has entrance-exit driveways on both Elm Street and Route 11, so no new cuts to the roadways will be done. I realize that this is a moot point, but the state of New York has already conducted an inspection of my property and has issued me a license to sell used vehicles. It was the apparent opinion of the state that my proposal was conducive to the environment of the neighborhood. I ask that the board consider changing the zoning back to what was originally planned for this area, that being industrial commercial. If any further action is needed, contact Kevin Champlain. I'd like to turn this over to the zoning board and get your hand carried to them to see, what can be done. I think they do have some changes coming up for us. Maybe we can coincide this too.
They do.
They do have some changes?
Plus they're changing some of the definitions.
All right. So why don't we make sure they get a copy of this request? 7:30 now, we have a public hearing. Close the meeting. First public hearing is on the age exemption route. Are you going to do that first?
That's fine.
Okay.
The Town of Champlain will hold a public hearing on the adoption of proposed local law number 3 of 1998, which said proposed local law increases the maximum income eligibility of persons 65 years of age or over for real property tax exemptions to not more than $19,500. Public hearing will be held at the town office and meeting room located at Route 729, Route 9, Champlain, New York, on the 8th day of December, 1998 at 7:30 p.m. Persons wishing to be heard on such proposed local law will be given an opportunity to speak. A regular meeting of the town board will be held at the same time and place, as the public hearing begins at 7 o'clock. The meeting is open to the public.
Is there anyone from the public wish to comment to the board on the public hearing on age exemption? No comment from the public. Does any board member wish to comment on his own at this time? No comment from the board. We close the public hearing on the age exemption. And we had scheduled a public hearing on the fire contract at the same time. So we'll do that one.
Okay, the town board of the Town of Champlain will hold a public hearing on the renewal of the fire protection contract between the Town of Champlain and the Village of Champlain for 1999. Public hearing will be held at the town offices and meeting room located at 729 Route 9, Champlain, New York, on the 8th day of December 1998 at 7:30 p.m. Regular meeting of the town board will be held at the same time and place as the public hearing begins at 7 o'clock. Such meeting is open to the public.
Okay, at this time, is there anyone who wishes to comment on the public
There's
hearing?
no amount of money there.
Oh. Just a minute.
How much it is?
Oh, geez.
$55,340. The amount of the contract will be $55,340.
Is there anyone in the public wish to comment to the board on the fire contract? No comment from the floor. Does any board member wish to comment this time on the floor? No comments. I close the public hearing. I reopen the meeting. Okay, gentlemen, you heard the public hearing on age exemption. Is there a motion that we adopt the exemption?
I make a motion we adopt it.
Second.
Second. Roll call vote. Mr. Trahan?
Aye.
Mr. Cookman?
Aye.
Mr. Willett?
Aye.
Mr. Morris?
Aye.
Supervisor votes aye. Let's vote on the fire contract, is that?
Disposal and public hearing.
Okay, you have the fire contract with the Village of Champlain for $55,340. Is there a motion that we got this contract?
So moved.
Move Mr. Trahan, or a second?
Second.
Have a roll call vote. Mr. Willett?
Aye.
Mr. Demars?
Aye.
Mr. Cookman?
Aye.
Trahan?
Aye.
Supervisor votes aye. Carried. Number 13, gentlemen, I have on my agenda, you may not have a it has marked all. It's from the, I have enclosed a certified copy of resolution number 901, which is adopted by the county legislators on Tuesday, November the 10th, 1998. This resolution authorizes the county treasurers to distribute mortgage tax collected for April the 1st, 1998 through September the 30th, 1998. And that gives you a list of all the mortgage tax that was collected. And one other thing that I have on the agenda is, it wasn't on your agenda sheet, gentlemen, is from Empire State Development. And it's on the Census 2000. We received information from them this week that we somehow had forgotten to register, and we registered by fax to them. And we are going to receive the census participation by CD-ROM instead of hard copy. They give you a choice of getting hard copy of it and CD-ROM. So we elected to go the CD-ROM method, and we'll do our own printing here of it. And we have Barb Jarvis, and we have Pat Ayers, and Jane West, and I on that committee. If any of you gentlemen would like to join that committee, it's not too late to get on it. Just let me know after the meeting if you want to join. Okay. Committee reports. Mr. Trahan and Mr. Demars, Building Committee.
Nothing at this time.
Grants Committee, Mr. Cookman, Mr. Wallet.
Nothing at this time.
Board of Assessment Review, Mr. Wallet.
No.
Highway Committee, Mr. Trahan, Mr. Demars.
Do you have any day you want to meet on this?
You know, I can go any day.
You sooner the better. It's a lot ahead of time. It's smaller than me. Have to be in the morning for me. Friday, any time on Friday. Tomorrow it'll be way in the afternoon. In the morning tomorrow, or always a Friday.
Well, we gotta go see them, or what?
I don't know, you got all the stuff there. We got pictures of most of the stuff too.
Well, tomorrow morning's all right with me.
Tomorrow morning? What time?
Anytime after 10 after 8.
Okay. Good, man.
On that one, sir, do you feel that you should have to go look?
I don't know, really.
No, I want to authorize it. You
Oh.
want somebody to go if you think we should.
Why don't you
Why don't we-
give an authorization to,
I'll make a motion, we
To travel.
authorize one person of the committee or two to go to the Syracuse when they feel that that's the one they'd rather look at to see, and we'll pay time and expenses.
well, the committee's recommendation should be the amount sent. I mean, then they may want to take a operator.
Yeah, okay, no, anybody.
I don't know if that's your plans, but I would want to take an operator to test the machine.
I think we ought to give the committee permission to take themselves and
Travel
one
pay.
other person to
Right.
go down and we'll pay if they feel it's necessary to go to Syracuse to look at one of these machines.
Okay, is there a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Second to the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
I'm not saying that's the one, you know, but I mean, you should have authorization to go if you need to go.
Yeah. Anything else highway? Water and Sewer Committee, Cookman, Mr. Demars?
The only thing I've got on water and sewer, I would like the board to know that Red, Morris, and myself, we're gonna try to meet with the village after the first of the year to work on the water and sewer contract before their budget this year,
Oh, okay.
and see what we can come up with.
Uh-huh.
And I don't see anything, you gentlemen feel that's all right with the board?
Very good. Very good idea. Start early. Anything else?
No, that's all. Have we got anything, Red?
No.
Landfill update. Mr. Tran.
Well, that doesn't sound good. You can tell the way you said that.
You gotta hear this.
Landfill update. We all thought everything was quiet. I met with the DEC, and Sands has been with me in all this, for the town also. Met with the DEC here a while ago, and we finally come to the conclusion that we should take a soil test. So we made arrangements to have that done, and the results wasn't very good. It was so poor that nothing would grow. So I called the engineering firm up, telling them what we were about to do here, and that was to take the soil test and so on and so forth. And we sent them a copy of the soil tests. Then I contacted them by phone, and we did all this by phone with Agway, and we finally came to the agreement of putting down 2.5 tons of lime per acre, plus fertilizing it. They had started out with 5 tons, but if we were to uncover the top of what we've got, we might get more erosion. That was something we didn't want. So yesterday Sam put the fertilizer down, and today we put the lime down. And we're getting a nice little cover on it tonight, so it's going to be real nice. The next order of business out there will be to plant rye next spring, to hold on what we've got, because the soil, it's going to take 2 years in order to put grass seed in there.
Spring of 2000.
So in the spring, well, in the next year we'll put the rye in, plus another dose of lime in the fall of 99. In the spring of 2000, we will put grass seed in. That should do it.
What made that land go so poor?
Well, when it was done, of course, the DEC blames everybody but themselves, but they approved all of this. The soil was not tested. So never really did grow anything, except for the first shot, because you had just enough fertilizer to make it go. And it burnt right off. So they kept haunting us about seeding this thing. Well, we weren't about to seed it. I didn't want to put any seed or any money in there until we found out what was wrong with it. And the only part that really grew good was in the bottom parts, and that's probably where the fertilizer ran off into those areas, and it was the dirt was a little bit better. We didn't test the dirt in the bottom, which we should have. But the DEC is all in favor of all this here. In fact, they're going to send us a letter on this thing. We did it so fast we couldn't wait for a letter. And I got to give them the update exactly how we, well, what I was done, and send them a letter so they can answer us back and say that everything's all right. They're fine, thank you.
So
that's about where we stand with that right now.
pH level was so low, I guess, in that soil that, did they even get a reading on it?
Oh, yeah.
They did get a reading?
Way down,
Very
yeah.
low. Pretty bad when you can't grow basic grass.
It was quite of a thing because at first they wanted to harrow it and everything, and that's, if we'd done that, we would have lost some of the top. And that's why they want to plant rye in there. Next spring, because that way it'll hold
That rye will build a base.
Start creating a sod.
Hold the sod together, or the soil together.
Make a root system in it.
You get a root system going.
Okay.
So we're pretty busy last week, here running back and forth with this, calling them back, calling DEC back and forth, and the engineering firm plus Agway, and they were very, very helpful on this thing.
Certainly is a lot of work. And, thank you, Mr. Trahan. Anything else?
That's all in the landfill. Can't play golf yet?
Town clerk's report. Wait a minute, does any of the other councilmen have anything they want to bring up at this time? Any other subject you'd like to talk on?
We're on this, we worked on this, Fred and Jules, myself,
Yes, I read that today.
and we'd like you people to do well to look it over and, see if we should change any of it. By next meeting, we have a meeting at the end of the month, right?
Well, we're going to schedule that, yes.
And we'd like to get this much passed.
Put this in, have this in place for the first of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. What I've read of it so far looks pretty good, you know. I have to compliment you on your efforts. It certainly covers a lot of things that should be covered.
We've got more, but Jane didn't have time to print it up, but we'll do that.
I think that's a good idea, that we take it a piece at a time, rather than try to do the whole thing. So you want us to be ready to comment on it for next meeting?
Right.
All right,
If you have it,
in December.
things that you think we should change, or,
All right,
you know, you're satisfied the way we did
We'd like
it,
to
or
adopt this
When
one
we get
first
changed
year.
here at the last meeting.
okay. Did Sam get a copy?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And of course, we want your input on it too.
That's where we can go up.
Okay.
Just one quick.
Anything else from the councilman?
the only thing that's on that zoning, I attended both meetings this month, and they're working on it. They'd like to change some districts and some definitions. And they'll try to have that ready for, in January to get to us.
All right. Okay. Clerk's report?
Earlier this fall, the gentleman from Browns River Records Preservation Services stopped by, and Jane and I had him look at our records, our birth and death records that we have, and give us a price on fixing them, and this is the response from them. Please find enclosed the result of our survey of your records with reference to deacidification and conservation. Our recommendations for the conservation of your records include deacidification, mending, and reinforcement of paper as necessary, such repair or replacement of index tabs where indicated, restoring, rebinding, or mylar encapsulation as appropriate. The acidification process, which halts the inevitable self-destruction of acidic paper, should be considered whenever conservation or even long-term storage of unique records is evaluated. The acidification is performed with either aqueous magnesium bicarbonate or Re2 non-aqueous deacidifier. All pressure-sensitive materials are removed. Mending is done using Japanese tissue and reversible adhesives. Books are resewn and with linen thread and bound in goat skin or other cover material of choice using acid-free materials and easily reversible adhesives. Where appropriate, mylar encapsulation with replacements of materials into custom post binders replaces rebinding. Browns River has worked with over 1,200 municipal and county governments in developing records preservation programs often funded by annual line items. Establishing such a program will ensure that the conservation of your invaluable permanent records will be accomplished within a reasonable number of years. I appreciate the opportunity to offer our services to your community and hope you will call with any questions or comments. They have listed all of our books that we have and give us a price for fixing them all. They run anywhere from $1,290 down to $650 per book. And there's quite a few of them. About 30 books there. It was our thought that some of these books are in worse shape than others. They are the only preservation you have of these records, that you could probably take and tackle one or two a year. Eventually you might get them all done. Certainly too much money and too big a project to do in 1 year, unless you get a grant for doing them. There's 3 old books there in particular that's all apart that nobody can even use anymore. We're working with the card index that these ladies, Mrs. Law and Mrs. Martinson, came up and did for us for free in the past number of years. They're $776 a piece. Those are the birth, death, and marriage records from 1881 to 1990, 1991, 1905. The other item I have for you is the old story on streetlights. Streetlights. We've had several conversations with Mr. Barrier down on the Bayshard Road, and he said that he thought he was going to prepare and present us with a petition to form a lighting district. He wanted, the people he had talked to wanted to keep the 3 lights they have, plus add another one at the end of the road where the turnaround is in the trailer. So I got a price on this from NYSEG to use if and when we ever get a petition from Mr. Barrier or those people. Then we will have a public hearing and decide whether to do this. Let me read you what the prices are without getting too technical. The 3 lights and adding 1 more. Total charges is this: the removal of 3 lights less salvage is $172. The remaining unprecipitated value is $497.33. So to take the 3 down that we don't want there would cost you $699.33. Take them down. If you keep them up and you add a new one will only cost you $158.44. Why it costs more or less for one than it put up, and does the depreciation on the 3, the undepreciated value is $500 on the 3 you're going to take down. They put a new one up for $150. Don't quite make sense. But anyhow, if they leave the 3 lights up and they add the new one, the 4 lights will cost $553.75 a year, or $46.14 a month. Town's electric bill would be reduced by $395 if we take them down. Our light bill will go down $395. Their price will be $553.76 per year, or $46.14 per month. They would have to pay.
How many people involved in this?
Well, there are more than 4 there, but there are 4 right now who want to do it. The others are summer residents, and he can't get a hold of them. So what will happen, I don't know. If he wants to wait till spring to do this, you want to keep the lights up until spring, or?
Well, it's up to those 4 people, and it'll be there year round, really. They want that?
The 4 do, but you have
They
more.
wanted to pay between the 4, they wanted between whatever is left.
Well, they never got this price, and we just got it in. They
Yeah.
were supposed to be here tonight. They were supposed to have a petition, and,
There must be at least 4 more that isn't there, eh?
oh yeah,
Quite a few
Yeah.
that are in there.
yeah.
But they don't have the provision on the petition from those 4 other people.
They're concerned about signing a petition for 4 and then trying to
They
get the
get
other
enough
people.
there, it probably only runs about $4 or $5 a month.
4 times 46, it means $11 and something a month.
My recommendation is that we allow them a little bit more time, because it's gonna cost us $699 to take them out. And if you leave them
Well, I don't wanna
in,
take them out if they're gonna use them.
Yeah.
You're
but we
paying them.
had stated that this, January was the deadline, January the 1st. But, I mean, it would be nice to extend this another month for them, so that they can prepare this, rather than us take the lights out.
No doubt he'll be able to get in touch with them by then.
Yeah.
Or we
You want a
probably should
motion?
give them to
You want a
June
motion
1st.
on that?
And they're gonna hold them as.
No, you need a motion to do something if you want them taken down.
No, but not to leave them up?
Not to leave them up, no.
Not to leave them up.
I don't know, you need a resolution before they'll take them down.
Give them a chance to get a hold of, get in touch with these people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? That's all I have, sir.
So, Ralph has. Superintendent of Highways,
What
Mr.
do you want,
Samuel
wait a minute,
Castan.
let's get back to Ralph here. What do you wanna do with this, preserving of these books?
Preserving of the books.
Lots of budget, I have to talk about
Boy.
budget time and
We probably could scrape up, some money to do maybe one or two. But boy, that's a budget item. That's a lot of money.
kinda gotta do them one or two a year.
Yeah, I know that. I mean,
No.
is this something that we're looking forward to have done, or we almost have to do something with these?
If you don't do it, your records are gonna be destroyed.
It'd be better to start doing one a year or whatever, and another year if you get a grant, well,
Save it.
you don't know what the total is of this thing.
Let me
I
check.
didn't know, I didn't have it.
Oh,
So many
man.
that I didn't, just looking at it.
Well, round it.
25,000.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
$25,000.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, you gotta be talking $25,000.
Of course, some of them are not as bad, and they wouldn't need to be done
Yeah.
as quickly. I mean, they could be stretched out over a period of years.
Mhm.
The real old ones are the ones that you have to work at first, those that are falling apart, and time is kind of an essence with those, because time is really hard on.
Yes.
Whereas the newer ones are not that,
Dish.
another 10 years wouldn't.
I would try to do two.
Do you think that we can
Start
get
with
around
them.
doing one?
Then maybe after the first year, we can look for a grant. Ralph, I'll
I
work
have
with
grant
Ralph.
papers.
There's
We-
one
I can
book
work
that I
with
would
Ralph
have
and we can
done, and
try
that
to
book
find the
is
ground
in pretty
grant.
bad shape. If you don't do something about it,
The man
the
from
more you
Brown,
touch it, the worse it gets.
the man from Brown River says that the government is not very receptive to grants for this purpose.
Mhm.
That your best way to get this done is through what they call members' money.
Yeah.
If anyone has some info,
That's what I say, after the
affluence,
first year, we can
work
work
on
with
that
you,
part,
Rick,
because the grant is not very likely to get you money, but you might get some.
from members, yeah.
Let me see what I can do. Doesn't hurt to ask, doesn't cost anything.
I'll make a motion that we try to do two, at least two this year, two the worst ones. Because otherwise, like you say, we're gonna lose.
Well, let me make sure that we can come up with the money
Money?
to
Okay.
do that. And then you can have a motion to do two if the funds are there.
Okay,
All right? So,
I'll withdraw the motion at this time.
well, you can make a motion that providing the funds are there,
Providing the funds are there, we should do two of them.
2 books. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
And second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
All right.
Opposed? Carried.
Because I'd hate to see the records of this town get lost over the years and then they're not there at all.
Sure. It really should be done a little bit at a time. But the old ones are really tough shape.
Well, the thing is, if somebody wants to see these, you gotta be able to see them.
Or we
Can't
have
stop
these,
somebody from seeing them either, it's still gonna get worse.
or we have these card files that they've
Yeah.
done, and, they're,
None of that can be put on computer? Like all the minutes, that you got the page,
I have
last
been-
page of minutes, all
I
just
have-
minutes.
You can put it on a computer, yes, but that
these are all on microfilm.
it doesn't reserve the original copy.
And we have them all on microfilm.
That was done a few years back.
Yeah, and then I updated them a couple of years ago, I updated all.
Put them on microfiche or film, where you can look at them that way. But you still want to keep the old record itself,
The original copies.
for clarity. So your kids and your kids' kids can come up here and look at it.
You wanna look at a marriage license in 1890?
You'd be
A lot of
surprised.
people do.
You'd be surprised at the people that come in
That's
and
the
do.
problem, people are
This
looking at them, that's where
research
they
in
get worn out.
family trees is quite an active business,
Well, it seems though they could look at a computer, this is the same thing.
that they could. No matter what they want
Well,
to
let's
say.
look into that part of it, I mean, that's,
Rather, if you want to save the books, that's what you have
It's
to
a matter if you want to save the book, the original copy. Well, let me see if there's any money out there first. Samuel, I think I was just about ready to get to you.
The moldboard for the plow, we had a call that it was in, so they wanted between $500 and $700 to ship it up here, so Norm and Bill went down and picked it up for us.
What?
Moldboard for the plow. It's the slusher, more or less.
Oh, slusher.
Yeah. It's on, ready to go. And the new sander came in this morning. It's sitting outside there.
Oh, well, that's
Good
nice.
timing.
How's it look? Does it sparkle in the sun?
It's shiny. That's about all I got. Jules talked to the landfill and everything, so about it.
Attorney Van Acker? Nothing to report. Hey, gentlemen, before we get to the bills, I have one. Of course, we signed an agreement for use of the Legion as a voting place, and we had agreed, the town of Champlain agreed to pay the Champlain American Legion the sum of $100 per year for use of this building as a polling place. This is agreement that was signed by Charles Langley and I back in 1997. But at the time of the contract, we had not anticipated 2 elections a year. And we had intended this, in my interpretation, to allow them $100 per election. And this year we had 2 elections. With the board's permission, I would like to pay him for 2 elections this year rather than the 1. So that would be $200 payment rather than a $100 payment. We had a primary and a general election. But in this contract, it says $100 per year. But when we drafted this contract up, we were only considering 1 election a year. And we meant it to be 1 for each election.
So you need a motion?
We need a permission from the board to,
You have a voucher here for that on your list that you have to react to.
You gotta change that on the
you
voucher.
gotta change it on the
$400
voucher.
on here, yes.
That, I think they are mistaken. They thought that $200 a year per election, but it's only $100. It was only $100 for the year, but we had anticipated that it'd be $100 election. So we had 2 elections this year, a primary and a general. So it should be $200 for the year. And they sent a bill for $400 a year, so we'll have the bill corrected and pay them $200.
I make a motion that you pay him $200 for the year of 98.
$200 for the total year of 98.
Still change from 400 to 200, right?
So change the bill from
Change the bill
400
from
to 200.
400 to
Yes.
200.
I'll second
Okay,
that.
there's a second on the motion. All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? That's carried. Okay, Kent County Highway Department. Did you get a letter today from the New York State Department of Cook County?
This should be good. Yeah, this was on the other side, just picked it up.
So, am I mixed up?
In what way?
Well, they're looking for a speed zone on the Creek Road?
They were, now they're gonna put a stop sign that says on Dubois Road.
Yeah.
I
But
think
I-
you've got to put the stop sign there.
Huh?
I think you've got to put the stop sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need a stop sign at that Creek, Dubois Road.
Dubois Creek.
Yeah. You gonna take care of that?
Yep.
Okay.
You have
We're
to
gonna
have,
make a
you
local
gotta go
law.
by
We need
law.
to
because
pass
that's
a
a
law on
local law
that,
to that.
Henry. It has to be added to our local law.
Yep.
A list of all the stop intersections in the town.
Copy that?
Yeah.
You don't have a,
You know, I'll take one of those.
so you're gonna have to, if we don't have it on the list, it has to be adopted by local law to do that. Okay.
Make it legal.
So we're gonna have to make a motion to hold a local law on that this month, or?
You should get one up as soon as possible.
We have that
There's
at
no
the next
stop
meeting?
sign there at all?
No, not where they
Now,
want.
is that to do while we're going into the, where's it exactly at? Is it,
It's gonna be right at the bridge. The Dubois Creek, eh?
so it's
Yeah,
got,
well, when you come off the bridge, you can go either way,
Right.
because you can't go straight, I mean, the road goes this way. You got a stop sign going on Old Route 11,
Right.
but coming this way,
They want one off the Dubois before you get to the bridge.
in case somebody's going straight.
Yeah,
In other words, the creek road is gonna be the main road.
yeah. That's why it reads here.
okay, why don't you get together with the attorney and make sure the nomenclature is right on the stop sign? And you're gonna schedule a public hearing on the local law?
Just as soon as we decide when we're gonna have our last meeting of the month.
All right, let's do that right now. Gentlemen, you have a last of the month meeting to pay the final bills for the year 1998. What date do you elect to do that on?
29?
29.
29th. You wouldn't want the 28th, huh?
Probably, it's 28.
I'm not sure I'll be back from Watertown, but I should be,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
not sure. That's why I suggested
29th? 29th, okay with you, Red?
It's all right with me.
Bruce?
Should be, yeah.
29th.
10
What
o'clock in the
time?
morning?
Anytime, that, I mean,
You off that day?
yeah, I'm off.
All right, do you want to hold it at 10 o'clock?
No, but, if we hold it in the morning, it gives Jane a little extra time to get the stuff out.
Well, if you have it at 1 o'clock, you'll have all the bills and everything done. We'll have them done the 28th for you.
Whatever. No, I mean, she has to make out the check after that, right?
Yeah.
So she has plenty of time to get this out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Whatever time you want.
The time, you're about the only one that know that, can you make a meeting at 10 o'clock?
Oh, me, I'm off that day.
Oh, what about you, sir?
I'll make it.
You'll make it?
Just tell me the time.
Do you want it for 10?
I'm
Is that
here.
okay? 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock on the 29th, final bill payment.
And then we're gonna have a motion to have the public hearing on that local law. The stop sign,
Yep, yes.
same time. Need a motion for that.
Motion for the local law
Stop sign.
on the stop sign. Moved by Mr. Cookman. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Second by Bruce. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. That public is, you're gonna mark that for, what, 10:30?
Suppose. Maybe that long, right?
Why don't you mark it at 10? That way we'll handle that first.
First, yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have a lot of business, you have to hang around, wait till
That's right.
3:30 to hold it.
That's right. Okay, we open to the public, the panel. The public want to make any comment? Thank you. Gentlemen, you have the bills.
I'll make a motion the bills be paid with that change.
Put that change on the one bill. So noted.
Second.
Second motion, all in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Carried. That's all I got for this meeting. Okay, gentlemen, I have a motion, we adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Second?
Second.
Gary? Anybody opposed to it?
Hey, Ralph, when was the birth and death record expiring age?
There are none.